It's time for Joy News Interactive, and Aisha is here. Hello, Aisha.
Hello, Israel, and it's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Okay, I think I'll reserve my comments.
Okay.
And we'll do that after the show. And you know how to join those conversations on Joy News on TV, facebook.com/Joy News on TV, and on Twitter is on Joy News on TV. Now, Joy News agenda this week is focusing on the biting housing deficit in the country. Well, it has emerged that as the astronomical cost of housing continues to pose a challenge to many Ghanaians, some people are finding ways to minimize their spending on housing, and this includes building structures with recycled materials. Seriously? And these also include polythene bags. And I know you also have your own experience with searching for accommodation. I need you to share with me.
When you go to places like Kumasi and then other parts like the big cities like Takoradi and stuff, okay, Takoradi too, yeah, the prices are also high there. But in Accra here, I don't know. I don't know how come they are all of a sudden pricing. I don't know if it's because of the foreigners who are tripping into the country or, but of late, at first, places like Abilene, Jolu, and other places, there were low-income earners who used to live there. But because of the high prices that in recent times is happening, most of them have moved to those places and now finding accommodation behind Kaswa and other.
Accra is very, very difficult, right? To get accommodation is very, very difficult in Accra. I'll use mine as an example. We have our new office here and you are trying to get maybe some small apartment to spend some 1 or 2 years in it. I can tell you right now, you couldn't get some, right? It's very, very difficult to get accommodation in Accra here.
All right, there are a lot more comments on Facebook. Let's check out what you've been saying.
Honorable Bain says one of the challenges is when the landlord or landlady wants 2 years full payment before handing the keys to you. Also, you get a nice house with no lavatory and water facilities available. Andy Vema says getting accommodation in Accra is like getting American or UK visa. It is very cumbersome. Property owners demand no less than 2 years advance with no less than 150 Ghana cedis for just a single room without even porch. In fact, if you see some rooms that the owners are demanding 2 years advance with 150 Ghana cedis, then you even lose hope in life. Buyer Jeremiah says high rent coupled with 3-4 years advance payment and lack of basic facilities in the house are some of the serious challenges in the search for accommodation. And Continental Obama says the issues with rental agents bore me past everything. They will tell you, when I take you to a house and show you the room, whether you like it or not, you have to pay me my daily commission. What's worse is that they will take you to horrible places for almost 1 week, and when they realize you are giving up, they take you to a nice place so that they can get their 2% or so of the amount you pay to the landlord.
Is it 2%? I think it's 10%. But legally it's supposed to be 5%, but they take more than that.
Oh, really?
Yes. And Bao Musa says and that 5% is supposed to be paid by the landlord or landlady, okay, and not the one looking for that.
Seems to have studied some rent law.
But they end up taking both sides, and they even have money more than the landladies. Bao Musa says my only challenge so far is finding a place at Chasako Estates with my with my 350 month Ghana cedis monthly salary. Louis Ousuamaku says it is only in Ghana that governments build houses for only his worker and forget their so-called ordinary Ghanaian. Kwame Agobi Mausi Dogbe says, see the apartment you've just used? Please go and snap those in the remote areas, for we can't afford that. And Joyce Enyonam Gavo says, it's seriously giving us sleepless nights. This rent issues. Hamza Idrisa says, not easy crowd. Accommodation in Ghana is a big problem. Where I am in Tadi, Anaji, my landlady is taking me 150 Ghana cedis a month for 3 years, and she added that if I can't afford, I can leave. As a basic school teacher, how do I pay? Not even 2 years. So, all right. So it's interesting how it is in Accra to look for a place to lay your head. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. maybe some help will come at the end of the tunnel. Also, Deputy Chief of Staff and a member of the Ghana at 60 Planning Committee has justified government's decision to hold a memorial and Thanksgiving service as well as a lecture on Friday, August 4. Now, Samuel Abujinapo says the date August 4 may not mean much to some Ghanaians, but for historians and politicians, it is a significant date in the country's history books. Now, there have been concerns that government must at this critical moment be focusing on how to put food on people's tables and not spending so much money in these kinds of celebrations, whilst many people go to bed hungry. Now, the question I ask, what do you make of these arguments?
Those ideologies date back, and in terms of where people are coming from, they have what they believe, their value system, whatever, and want to stand by it. But I think where we have come as a nation, we've come too far. That you look at development issues, what are pertinent set of priorities, rights, irrespective of whatever ideology they have, to be sure that issues that border on the needs of the citizen are actually addressed. I agree with those who are saying we should agree, we should focus on broader and better issue, because Ghanaians are suffering. We are suffering. We don't need those debates.
All right, so let's check out a lot more of the messages that are on Facebook.
Kwesi Thompson says it is good that we visit the archives once in a while, but we should not approach this with mischief, neither should we try to distort our sacred history. The Nkrumah factor can never be diluted, and any person or persons who tries to deform our story is only dragging his own reputation through the sludge. It just won't wash. It's a mission in futility. By Jeremiah says a sovereign state is not a private company where we have founding father. A lot of people's blood was shared in the attainment of independence, and for that matter, we should have founding fathers and not founding fathers. The history of Ghana should not be distorted just because of individual political colloquial interests. With the available facts concerning the struggle and leading to the attainment of independence doesn't show that we are founding father but founding fathers. Kwesi Boateng says, I was not educated for politicians to play with my intelligence. I read, I understand, I ask questions, I consult elders. Politicians, not.
Chemical Ali says, I don't care about what they do. All politicians are the same. Issues about increment of salary, fertilizer for farmers, reduction in petroleum products is my problem. Sambian Inusa says, let's think of the living and forget the dead. He is dead and gone. His fight for independence has even caused more harm than good to Ghanaians. I don't think that's a fair comment. Komla Amenyenu says, even in America, example, the Affordable Health Care Act was started long time before Obama. He finished it now, and it's called Obamacare. And Evans Boahene says, listen, Mr. Take it or leave it. Dr. Nkrumah is the founding father of Ghana, not that. And I think I want to escape that. Ankoma Ntribue says it was expected. Still, the bread and butter issues matters. Hussein Adam says, which history book did they read when they were in school? And Dovi Edem Komlan says, is that one of the one district, one factory? History matters, but not when it is diluted with politics. Hadora Mystical Brahma says, so do these things put food on our table? Let's be serious as citizens, not spectators. And those are some of the comments on Facebook. All right, so according to a new study, middle children are most likely to be the troublemakers in the family. I guess if you come from a family with a middle child, you will agree with these findings, or maybe not. Well, let's read some of your comments on Facebook.
Kwesi Boateng says, naughty is whose house? It depends on the family and environment the person is brought up in. Some of us, rules set by our fathers apply to all. While Musa says, I don't agree with them one bit. Another school of thought says, lastborns are the naughtiest. I reasonably belong to that group. While Jeremiah says, it's true because they are those the couples use the experience to take care of. They are pampered too much because they demand much attention from caretakers and their elder ones.
And Desmond says, not really. It depends on the environment and the society where the child is being brought up. And Continental Obama says, no, I think it's rather the last ones. Their heads are always made big with the pampering of mothers. And okay, Israel, are you first, middle, last, what?
Last but one.
And your head.
So I'm somewhere in the middle, but I'm not troublesome.
You sure? Well,
I look troublesome. You're in the middle.
No, I'm not in the middle. And I'm not troublesome.
You sound like you're
troublesome. All right, let's check the picture of the day.
All right, so it is this broom, but it's been sold on eBay for £19. And they call it, they captioned it in a certain way.
In a certain way.
You can move up so I can get to see the exact caption. Yeah. African handmade dry palm sweeping broom, £19.
Plus £10 sterling for shipping.
Prior.
Even here, Mumbai, once you declare, you won't get. All right. And there are some comments on Facebook.
Say, the natural resources used in preparation is very rare in the Western world, so I understand it perfectly. In the good old days, my mother used it to scrub the bathhouse. Scrub the bathhouse. Okay, and Continental says, no wonder a Doom ADB Gary and beans, which is not even sold by a Davy, is expensive than fried rice. And chicken in Unity or KNUST. Chia. When in Ghana I can make my own prayer, all I need is to cut £1 from the
All right. And that will be it for the interactive segment. Don't forget, PM Express comes up next. Don't miss it. My name is Aisha.
Okay, but before you go, I got this parcel from, this parcel came in for you. It's from a friend who was watching the news yesterday and said, he's going to give you something. He actually deals in apparel from Sydney. He's Ghanaian, but he does business in Sydney, Accra, Windhoek, Nairobi, and Rome.
Oh, okay.
I should give you this.
I don't know what's inside, but I can
you can find it out later.
It's something wonderful. Thank you, whoever brought this gift. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Have a great evening.